Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today's episode would be a bit different. In this short but informative video, I will show you how you can repair a mouse. And I'm talking about broken encoder particularly. For those who are new here, welcome. If this is the first video you watch of mine, my name is Alex, and it's my goal to make learning new technologies easier. If you are interested in more content like this, please leave your comments below, like the video, and hit subscribe so you can get notified about the new videos. Let's get started. So first of all guys, about the problem. If you notice the issue like this with this scroll and pay attention to the right side of the screen, I scroll down but it doesn't quite scroll, and the scroll rather is kind of jumpy. This is an indication of a problem with a so-called encoder. Unfortunately, the repair technique here is not that simple, and you may need to have some soldering skills. So talking about the pros and cons, yes, buying a new mouse could definitely be a way out, but the model of the mouse I've got here, and this is G403 Logitech, would cost me 300 bucks. And at the same time, buying a spare component from a reliable vendor on AliExpress would resolve the issue, and the component itself would cost $2 plus delivery. First step in the repair would be the mouse disassembling, and this is something we're gonna do next. So what instruments you may need here? So first and foremost, the precision toolkit like this would be very useful, and this one is used for repairing the laptops and the mobile phones, and I do have respective bits over here. Also, you would need a flux paste, also the soldering sack, or it is also called iron remover tool, or the soldering pump, the soldering iron like this one, so you can use any, the soldering iron itself, and mine has a temperature switch, so I can warm it up to 550 degrees here. And also this little sponge is used to remove the excess solder from the tip of the soldering iron. So let's get started with the mouse disassembling. Well, the procedure itself is very simple. So in order to disassemble this mouse, I'm gonna turn it off, remove the weight, and when it comes to the screws, they're hidden behind these skates over here. So we need a respective tool to remove them, and I guess this spatula from this set would work just fine. So you carefully remove this stuff. And the second one. Don't hesitate to drop them to a bin, because you might want to reuse them, or if you prefer, you can replace the skates if you bought a replacement kit beforehand, like this one that would fit this concrete mouse model. So now we need to find a respective bit to unscrew the screws here. So over here I'd recommend to remove the battery first, and this is the battery. Okay, so we can put it aside for now and focus on the problem. And the problem, as mentioned, is all about this component that is called encoder. And if you can see here, there is a small tiny number over there, and the component used here called Kali number 9, and we need to replace this one to a similar one. So what I have here, I've got all the necessary details already ordered, different components, so I just need to get number 9, and this is the one we need. They are sold in pairs, and this is the one I will be replacing it to. So now just need to screw these two screws here that hold the encoder. So this one is just fine, and when I spin it, it even has different sound, so the problem is definitely in the encoder, but in order to replace it, I need to remove the older encoder from here, and for that matter I just need to warm up my soldering iron. So right now I've got the component affixed here, and also I've got my soldering iron warmed up to the necessary temperature, and I can get started removing this component. So I will fast forward the video so you can see the final result. Okay, the old component is removed, and in order to replace it, we're gonna need to prepare the newer component and make sure the numbers match here, so you don't remove it twice, because obviously it's quite complicated. So let's do that next. Okay, it's done. So now we can prepare the component and attach it to this board. Alright, so it's time to assemble it back, and let's do that now. Now once this is done, we can start assembling the mouse back. So the component sits very well over here, and I also did some cleanup on the board using the alcohol sponge. So let's assemble it back as it was and give it a try. So now we can turn it on and try it. Okay guys, just pay attention to the right side of the screen and the scroll bar. It works perfect, right? Everything's good, and we can move on with assembling the mouse further. Now that we are sure that the mouse is working as expected, we can keep assembling further. So let's attach the top part. So this one can be tricky, but let's see. So you may need to use tweezers. Now in order to attach the remaining components like these skates, I just need to wipe the plastic bit with alcohol wipe. And that is it, guys. So let's give it a final test in order to make sure it works. So the buttons work just fine. The scroll went back to normal. You see it's flawless and works like new, but well, it's new. um, the repair itself, I would say it's the medium level of complexity. I'm not a professional solder by any stretch. But at the end, it absolutely worth it, and wasn't that difficult. So hope this video helps, and see you next time.